Don't go to the emergency room when it isn't an emergency. I'm an ultrasound technologist and used to work for a freestanding emergency room. I worked 40 hours during the day MTH, and was on call every night from the time I got off work until I went back in the morning. So basically, even if I've already worked 10 plus hours that day and get off at 8 p.m., if a patient comes in at 2 a.m. and needs an ultrasound, I had to get out of bed, get dressed, drive to work, do the exam, drive home, and hope to get some sleep before clocking back in a few hours later. Most of the time I'm okay with this. You don't show up at the emergency room in the middle of the night unless you really need help. Mostly. Another important fact is in my state, it is illegal to discuss anything about the findings of the exam with the patient. I can't show them pictures. I can't tell them if I think they have gallstones, etc. I could lose my job and license to practice if I do. I take the pictures, send them to a radiologist, and he makes the report for the doctor and the patient. Also, remember this is an emergency room. This is not a doctor's office or one of those places you can get a fun 3D ultrasound done when you're pregnant. People literally die here. This is not a happy, fun place. So one night I was called out around 1 a.m. after already working a 12-hour shift. The previous night I had been called out multiple times, so I was operating on about 4 hours of sleep for the past 2 days. So I get to work and the ordering doctor tells me the patient is pregnant and complaining of severe left-sided pain. So I need to do an OB ultrasound to make sure baby is okay and there isn't anything life-threatening going on. Okay, no problem. So I bring the patient into my room and ask her where she is hurting, so she can point to the exact spot so I know where to focus and double-check everything. The patient points to her right side and just casually says, "Over here somewhere." Because I am sleep-deprived, I assumed maybe I was confused and forgot which side the doctor told me was concerning me. I'm sorry. I thought the doctor said it was your left side that was bothering you. Patient. PT. Oh yeah. My left side. That's it. Me. So, where does it hurt? PT. Can I be honest? Me. Of course. Please tell me what's going on. PT. So I'm not really hurting. But I don't have an ultrasound scheduled for this baby until Tuesday. And tonight I was looking online for nursery decorations and I found this gorgeous bed set on sale. But the sale ends at 7 a.m. and I don't know if I should order blue or pink because I don't know if I'm having a boy or a girl. Me. So you have absolutely no medical concerns whatsoever? Now the patient sees she's made a mistake and starts backtracking. PT. Oh. I mean. Plus. You know. My side hurts. Me. Right. Okay. So I just go ahead and start the exam. I take all the important measurements. Make sure baby's heart looks good, etc. PT. I can't see the screen. Me. That's because I can't show you anything or discuss this exam at all. The radiologist will make a report for the and they'll let you know what the radiologist says. PT. Oh. So the doctor will tell me if I'm having a boy or girl. Me. No. That's not medically relevant. This exam is to make sure baby is safe and healthy. PT. But I have to know what I'm having. I have to know before 7 a.m. Me. Sorry. That isn't part of the exam. I don't even look at baby's genitalia. Here in the emergency room we are responsible for making sure there aren't any life-threatening issues happening. Baby's sex is in no way a life or death issue. PT. But you can just take a peek, right? Me. No. I really can't. And even if I saw anything, It would not go in the report as it is not medically relevant. PT. I don't need it in the report. You can just tell me. Me. No. I can't. I'm not allowed to discuss anything about the results of this exam. I just take the pictures. PT. But. I came here because I need to know my baby's gender. Me. You said you came here because you're having severe pain. PT. Well, yes. Of course. But. Still. Can't you just give me a hint? Remember. This is almost 2 a.m. I am tired. I am trying very hard to keep a smile on my face. And this woman had me miss precious hours of sleep because she didn't want to miss out on a sale for crib sheets. Me. Ma'am. I cannot tell you anything about your exam. I can't tell you the baby's sex. I can't tell you anything. PT. Please. Just tell me what color bed set I should order. Me. I'm an ultrasound technologist, not an interior decorator. I can't tell you anything. PT. Okay. How about this? If it were you, and you were shopping for bedding, what color would you order? Me. Probably purple. It's my favorite color. PT. No. I mean, if you were ME and had to choose between blue and pink, what color would you choose? Me. So you want me to tell you what color bed set I would order between blue and pink? PT. Yes. Please just tell me. Blue or pink? Me. Okay. We are strictly talking about just bedding, right? PT. Thinking we have come upon an unspoken agreement. Yes. Just talking about bedding. Me. If I could only choose between pink and blue, I would for sure order blue. The patient immediately pulls out her phone, while I'm still trying to do her ultrasound, and orders the blue crib set. FYI. She was having a girl. She asked me what color bedding I would choose. And I hate pink. So I was completely honest. Ridiculous that you are expected to be on call after working a full week as well. I hate this. I had severe gallstones and severe pain while I was pregnant. The first time it happened I was in so much pain I barely remember being at the ER. Just crying until I passed out with exhaustion. I vaguely remember being in the room with the ultrasound tech and asking only one question, is the baby okay? And when she smiled and said yes, I just laid back down. I'm not sure what they gave me. And I didn't even know it was gallstones until YRS later lol. The YRS later was when the gallstones started causing pain again and I was back in the ER. Not being pregnant that time. I was scheduled for surgery within the week. And that's when my husband told me it was gallstones when I was pregnant. It was awful and scary and so painful. I'm super mad at this woman. All that nonsense for made-up gender rules about color. So sorry if this upsets anyone. TW loss. While I completely agree that moms-to-be shouldn't ever abuse the ER for a sneak peek at baby, I am forever grateful to the ultrasound tech that I had in the ER when I was 15 weeks pregnant. I knew I was going to miscarry. But the ER doctor absolutely did not believe me. I waited from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. for the ultrasound tech to arrive. And when she came into the room I was crying and was honest with her with what I knew was happening. She let me see the screen. And the image is burned into my mind 9 years later. I had to have an emergency DNC. And I almost died due to blood loss. And you know what? Instead of going home, that ultrasound tech stuck around until I was awake again. And she gave me UN ultrasound pictures of my son. She looked so tired. But she stuck around for me. People. Always be grateful to people providing you care. I'm sure she had plenty of Karens in her career. I'm sure she dealt with so much drama and nonsense from people. just like all medical professionals do. But the folks that work in the field have to have some of the biggest hearts to come back in every day and make choices that can really mean so much to people, even when they deal with bullshit all the time. It makes me mad that people are this stupid. I was 4 weeks pregnant with my third and having sharp abdominal pain and arguing with the nurse on the OBS emergency line because does this really count as an emergency? She talked me into going and getting checked for an ectopic pregnancy. But it was just a giant cyst. And 12 weeks with my second sobbing in the emergency room because I was bleeding so profusely there. Was no way I wasn't having a miscarriage. Right? Thank God they both are healthy. Happy kids now, but to completely make up something just to find out the sex is absolutely nuts. Also, being so absolutely stuck on gender stereotypes is batshit crazy too. I'm so sorry you had that experience, and I know you guys aren't allowed to say anything to the patient. But I once had a tech take pity on me. It was about a year and a half ago. I was in the second trimester, I think around 14 or 15 weeks. My 10-year-old nephew had just died of cancer. Fuck cancer. I'd been bawling for 2 days. Not really sleeping. Just a total mess. On top of that, I was mentally a mess. The world was a shitty place. Everything was gray. Life sucked. And I would never feel happy again. Then the pain started. Awful cramping. I wasn't feeling baby move. I was already in a bad place. I was sure I was miscarrying. I went to the ER. The ultrasound tech could tell I was a mess. She got me talking and I unloaded my nephew's death, my panic, the depressing certainty that I was losing my baby. She made me promise not to tell anyone what she was about to do. I did. But this is Reddit and no one knows who I am. She said my baby looked perfect. She showed me the screen and I saw little one. And a calm came over me. I mentioned that I was really hoping for a girl this time. And she said she wouldn't say what she suspected because she didn't want to get my hopes up. But the way she said it told me that she thought it was a girl. My daughter is almost a year old now. That ultrasound tech will probably never know how much her kindness meant to me. My grief didn't end. But I saw a bright spot. And that was enough. The doctor diagnosed me with dehydration, non-stop crying will do that, and anxiety. But seeing my baby, seeing that she was okay, helped me through the anxiety. And the 2 bags of IV fluids took care of the dehydration. And my daughter's middle name is the feminine of my nephew's name, with my sister's blessing. If anyone ever truly deserved a bill for $5,600, it's that woman. This. I tell people all the time, don't go to the ER for pregnant emergencies. If you're bleeding profusely or have a localized pain, get checked. But if you're just scared and want to see baby, ER isn't the place to do it. I wish I could give you more than a hug, fine sir. Dude, thank you for what you do. Especially in these times when the world has made it very obvious that they don't give a shit about valuing, protecting, prioritizing, compensating essential workers. And sorry we've been sending you a bunch of patients this week. It seems like everyone decided to all show up at once for office consultations even though they've been hiding at home for God knows how long with what turns out to be DVTs and PEs, but I don't want to go to the ER. Can't you just deal with this here in the office? Single quote. And it didn't occur to her to buy both and return the other one when she knew the answer? Or order it on slow cheap shipping so that maybe it wouldn't even have shipped by the time she knew the answer? Or order both because babies don't care what color they're sleeping on. I was pregnant 3 years ago and started spotting around 12 weeks. I was terrified and desperate for reassurance and went to the ER. The ultrasound tech calmly listened to me talk about how excited I was to be pregnant while taking measurements of my baby that I was in the process of miscarrying. The ER is a sad place. Maliciousness mixed with pettiness. Love it. I only had one ultrasound. My kids were born in the early 80s. And only because they thought my second was a tubal. I told the tech, Ohio, that I knew she wasn't supposed to tell me anything. But could she just let me know if everything was where it was supposed to be? Maybe because I did such a good job filling my bladder. Or she felt sorry for a scared 19-year-old. She told me yes, everything was in its proper place. Left it up to the doctor to let me know it was ovarian cysts. I'm a nurse who does telephone triage. And I have talked to people who have an appointment for an MRI. But they don't want to wait. Or they have something else they want to do that day. So they go to the ER, thinking they will get one faster that way. I wonder how much she's going to have to pay for an ER ultrasound. Because I highly doubt her insurance is going to pay for 2 ultrasounds in a week. Especially because you found nothing wrong with her. I would love to see her face Tuesday morning when she finds out it's a girl. Or in a month when she gets the bill from insurance for how much 2 ultrasounds were. And she spent more on that than she saved on the crib sheets. People are truly Looney Tunes sometimes. FFS. If the sale is that good, buy both. And return the one that doesn't match. Why do the simple solutions escape some people? I've been to the emergency room one time. Pneumonia which suddenly got worse at 1 a.m. with a fever of 103.5. The guy ahead of me at their intake area had me in disbelief. He had a headache. Rated it as a 4/10. He'd had it for several hours. Lol, like dude. Take a Tylenol and go to bed. Why are you here? I split my finger open from palm to top knuckle on a rusty fence once. So of course went to the emergency room. 3 hours of waiting behind multiple people there just because they had the sniffles, a cold and wanted to get checked. Who goes to the ER for a cold? So this lady opted to spend a potential $1,000 plus on an ER visit so she could save what? 20%? On some FKN tiny sheets? Question. How the hell is it legal for a hospital to prevent medical professionals from getting enough sleep? So that they aren't a risk to the patient? Why don't they have someone else to work nights? The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.